Welcome to the Discussion Lab, the show where we talk about issues that make us tick as people. I am your host, Sammy Moore. Why good people must seek to earn more. If you consider yourself a good person, you better seek to earn more. I'm talking about money. I'm talking about resources on earth. And I'll tell you why I came to this. So recently I have been involved with a bit of a very difficult situation and involved someone very dear to my heart, right? And in the midst of this situation that we are in, I really wish that I was there in person to support this person. So what do I mean by in person? So the person is at a very distant location from me. One, I wish that I had the money to afford to buy a quick plane ticket when the instance happened and fly immediately to the person. Two, even if I had the money, I wish I had the time, right, to take time away from work immediately when that happened and be there. And so this really kind of touched my heart. It made me sad that I was not able to do that. And I turned it out to be my new source of motivation that I need to earn more resources, that in future, if anything similar to this happens, I would have the resources, money and time and any other resources at that given moment that I'll be able to be there to help. Let me break it down. You have to know that good intentions alone never helped anyone. One of the things that at a point in my life I kind of hated hearing was people really telling me, oh, I really wish I could help you, or I was thinking of helping you. Yes, you can think of helping me and whatnot, but it didn't help anyone. You still didn't help me, right? And so some of them really wish that they could help me, but they did not have the resources. And some probably had, but they thought of it and they never put it in action. And so good intentions alone, from my experience, never helped anyone. I know some of you may say that, oh, but it is the thought that counts, it is the thought that counts. No, the thought alone doesn't count. And I even did a bit of research into this saying, it is the thought that counts. And guess what? That's not even the complete saying. So it is believed to be from one Henry Van Dyke, who was a writer and a poet in a very long time ago. And the full saying is actually this: it is not the gift, but the thought that counts. Please listen again. It is not the gift, but the thought that counts. Did you hear that? There was a gift first. There was a present. There was an action. There was something, a resource. And then he said, but the thought also counts. So at least don't ever tell me that, oh, but it is the thought that counts. What gift, what have you helped me with before the thought that happened? My understanding of this is, yes, at least the person tried to help you with some resource, some gift. And even if that's not enough, at least you know that this person has a good intention to help you out, right? And I also was doing the research for this. I came across a saying and I thought it was so true, so funny. And I just had to share it with you. And I have to read this for you. No one would have remembered the Good Samaritan if he only had good intentions. He had money as well. I found this on the internet and it attributes this to Margaret Thatcher. And I thought, how true is that? For those of you Christians out there, this is in reference to the biblical analogy that Jesus gave in Matthew chapter 22, verse 34 to 40. Again, it was in Mark 12, 28 to 34. And again in Luke chapter 10, 25, 37. It's all around the same story, the story of the Good Samaritan. For those of you who are not fully aware, let me just give you a very summarized version of it. So there was a man who was traveling on the way. He got attacked by robbers, so he was injured and left injured on the road. And then a couple of people passed by him and didn't help him. The first one was a priest, and the second one, someone from his own tribesmen, and the person did not help him. And then the third one, which is known as the Good Samaritan in this instance, was a person who they were from kind of opposing tribes, right? Tribes that don't, or groups of people that don't necessarily share the same ideologies. But this Samaritan took time to help this injured person out, took him to a hotel, paid for his resting place and them to take care of him, and then he left. So that's the story that we are talking about. And so again, I'm reading the saying again by Margaret Thatcher. No one would have remembered the Good Samaritan if he only had good intentions. He had money as well. You have to remember that the good Samaritan carried this injured person on his donkey or horse, whatever he had, across to a hotel. So he had the energy. That is a resource. And he had the time. He stopped and then dedicated time to him. And then when they got to a place that they could seek help, he paid for the help, right? I'm talking about good people out there. If you ever consider yourself a good person, your good intentions are never alone. You need to have resources. Let me come to my 3 main points why you need to have resources. I've been drilling down on one. The first one is always action over intentions. No matter how good intentions you have, if you don't put some action to it, it won't really help someone out. And when we are talking about resources, it's not only about money, right? I'm talking about your time, your energy, your words of wisdom. Anything that you can spare, any expense that comes out of you, that will be beneficial to another human being or person in need. That is a resource I am talking about. If in some cases it is money, then yes, it is money that I'm talking about. So the first point is action over intentions. When you have the good intentions and you have the ability to help out with resources, that's the first one. The second one is if you claim you're a good person, then it kind of increases your impact, right? The more resources you have, the more you can help people in need. So if you are a good person for whatever religion you believe in, whether you're a Muslim, Christian, Hindu, whatever you are, the more resources you have, the more you can have a bigger impact to draw people to your belief, right? If you want to be a good citizen of a country or a township that you have, the more resources you have, the more you can help people out there. And so it boils down to the third point, which is empowering people, right? There may be people that you can help them out of the hard time or bad time that they are in. And so please keep this in mind, that good intentions alone, from my experience, never helped anyone. Sometimes it could be helping people within your own family, right? Don't even go far. Your own family, your own township, people within your inner circle. If you have the knowledge, which is a resource, right? The knowledge, the time, the physical strength, the money, help people, and don't come and tell us that you're a good person and, oh, you had good intentions. Now you know that is not enough. If you don't have any of these resources that I'm talking about, and that's what triggered me to share this episode with you, because I got to a point that I realized that I want to help out, but my resources were not enough. Let this be a source of motivation for you. Let this be a channel for motivation for you, that you have to use this to strive to earn more. If you can earn more time, please do it. More energy, eat healthy, go to the gym, be stronger for the people who need you, your children, your family, whatever resource that you can think of, may it be time or money, let this be a motivation to get that. So please, as we are coming to an end of this, know this, that you have to become a force for good. And you have to help people with your resources, not your good intentions alone. And again, I end how I started. Good intentions are not enough. If you're a good person, try to get more resources so you can help others in need. But hey, what do I know? I am just a naive observer in life. Peace.